Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the newest episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 2 of season 4, The Dungeon Evolves. I'm very excited to get into this episode. Overall, the first episode wasn't anything crazy, it was kind of more chill, but just getting to be back with this world and these characters was so awesome, and the new opening and ending, especially the visuals, were so awesome that I'm just really excited to see what this season has to offer. And I was really happy to see a lot of positivity around this season in the first episode because I remember a lot of negativity swirling around this series every week during last season, especially during like all of the meetings and everything like that. So let's not waste too much more time, get right into this episode. If you are new to my channel, this is more of a watch along than a reaction. So if you'd like the full audio and or full video, you can sync up with my copy. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and then read the subtitles below me. But I'll give us a countdown and we can get right into this episode. Just pull up my timer. Alright. 3, 2, 1, start. Oh, we get right into the opening. But yeah, I like the opening. The visuals are really good, especially. But my god, that ending, the is like one of my favorite types of endings where it's a lot more artistic rather than just like, because I wouldn't say the opening for this season is generic by any means, but it's just like showing off what the season is about, some fights and panning to characters and stuff. Where the ending is just focusing on this girl, um, and all of the visuals surrounding her look so good. I'm very excited to meet her more in depth because I think last season was the first time we saw her. Um, but yeah, this sequence in the OP of Yuki and um uh uh can't fucking speak apparently. And Rimuru. I couldn't think of his name for a second there. But yeah, Yuki and Rimuru fighting on top of I assume that's Veldora, but actually that doesn't, it might not be. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. Um but yeah, fighting on top of a dragon is just sick as hell. Also, it looks like Stevie, my cat, was not here for just taking through the whole reaction, but she was chilling with me when I was setting up my recording. Oh, we're on the 30th floor. Damn, I can't believe we're on episode 74 total of this show. That's kind of wild. Interesting OST. Actually, get to see them make progress, or are they going to get destroyed here? Dude, I swear, like, the average adventurer in this world is so underpowered. I do like to get to see them working together at the very least. Sometimes more underpowered characters are more fun to watch in a world like this because it comes a lot to strategy and the way you use your abilities and things. Oh, that's a cool ability. Oh, I thought he was going for a solid punch. He was hitting a fucking JoJo rush. Have are these I feel like it might have been already told to us. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. Bro's got high luck. But yeah, are these monsters created from someone? I don't remember if we've been told about that. Because I would assume with the way they die, and we wouldn't want to just be sacrificing monsters in this world for a dungeon, so I assume it's created by someone or something like that. Getting merged when it was all my luck. It is cool though to see a community rallying around like this. Especially considering where we started in this series and where we're at now in this our small village. Oh, who is all this? Well, at least he's a little bit humble still. Is is Veldora on the 100th floor? Is that how many there is total? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say that is pretty cool. It reminds me of I mean, there's lots of stuff like this in shows, but um Dan Machi, um the safe zone floors. Oh, is that yeah, the element. Oh, spirit mage. Fucking Rimuru. Always with the cheat codes. Yeah, it's you don't want to make it just like a monopoly for one team. That will especially discourage other people from wanting to advance. She just wants her money. I'm actually surprised that she's such a like. I mean, it makes sense, especially at this point in the series. But the fact that she's like just hanging around us. But I mean, we have people like Veldora just chilling too. Veldora hasn't even done anything yet, really, and he's getting proud of himself. It also just is like a new type of city in this world, so I feel like it's always gonna have some eyes on it. Especially comparison like the first time we went to like the Dwarven city and we dealt with like the prejudice against monsters. These two fucking schemy businessmen. Oh, interesting. It's interesting. It's on the final floor of the dungeon is almost just like fucking Rimuru in the lab coat. Oh, this is for I haven't looked back and checked it out yet, but the one OVA is apparently teased the character that we're getting introduced to here. So I'll have to go back and look at that. Oh, we've been here for days. To be fair, the leader of your country just randomly disappearing for a couple days is a little bit sus. At least they knew where he was. And most of the time we see Rimuru, he's just letting everyone else do business and he's trying to help out, just wandering around doing nothing. Oh, I could go for a good ass fucking sandwich right now. Oh, are our plans not going well? Oh, the Green Fury, I think was their name. I wanted to read it as Green Fairy. If you watch the newest episode of One Piece, it's on my mind because of the alcohol. I'm interested to see because we haven't seen them fight, and they just talked about how they were like using the spirits to guide them. So I want to. Oh, is there just like a no death thing in I feel like that might be how it works. That you can't actually die in the dungeon or something like that. I feel like I remember. Recording crystal. Oh, interesting. Oh, so this is less about. Well, actually, it's kind of what I was talking about, where weaker people have to use strategy and tactics. But this is almost like trying to cheese a video game boss or arena. Small army, yeah. Oh, band of mercenaries. Are these going to be enemies then in the future? They look like they maybe be able to outsmart us somewhat, but we're far above them in like power scaling wise, it looks like. Well, I mean, to be fair, we've never seen what the spirit user's able to do in combat. Oh, so oh God, got her locked in now. So technically the lower floors have been kind of cleared already. But this is the type of power gap I was talking about with the average adventurer. When there's people like this in your world, she was just rampaging. I would actually love to see them fight. Oh wait, they actually that's cool. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, she's quite something, all right. Oh, is our team gonna be the bosses? Who took all the money too? Bro's like, I ain't touching that shit. That's your job. The 60th. Yeah, I was totally. One of my favorite Shuna episodes. I talked about that last week. Oh, that is unfortunate. Bro just got outclassed. I actually remember that in that fight. Um, oh, interesting. I'm gonna need to borrow. Yeah, because we saw her almost teach him that it's still possible to use holy magic even as being an undead. Two, the secret. Oh, interesting. A contract. Quite the a bonus for him. Just melted. I forget who the voice actor is for the lift. Oh, Jesus Christ! Made him quite the arena. Or I guess throne. Dude, Ramirez's voice actor in that scene. I think we've heard her do that voice before, but it's so good. Well, I guess this is what the episode meant by the dungeon evolves. To grow and evolve. No. Oh, does the elementals not count? Yeah, Rimuru did have to make her a new one, but it was an upgrade. I, I wonder what idea Rimuru would have. One that can evolve. What happened to Gobta and fucking... Oh, she's just pissed about the dragons. Hell mode. God, he's gonna be such a beast. I remember if it... I think it was... It was either season 2 or season 3 we got to see him fight. Um... But I'm really excited to see it again after all of his training he's been through. Poor Gopta. He's gonna be an absolute beast by the end of this series, though. He already kind of is. Oh, is it someone she knows personally? And the trap I set. You gotta be careful because whatever the spirit user is kind of getting around stuff like that. What the hell are those? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Pseudo souls. Bro, just casually making artificial souls? Master cores. Is it to help with the golems and stuff? Hold and imagine. Does it like take your own magicules to form a monster? Whoa. Are we gonna have another slime? Rimuru is like, it looks like slime fire almost. Why does it not surprise me Veldora is the one who summoned the skeleton? I can't blame him. I'm a huge fan of skeletons too, but... Oh my god, it's a red slime. Oh, does he even have the same exact pants as fucking Veldora? Main event. Possess. Is he gonna be inside? Oh, interesting. It's like a second vessel. What is Rimmer supposed to be? I don't think it's a monster we've ever seen before. Interesting. Oh my god, she's gonna be a slime. That's actually hilarious. what a bunch of what a bunch of goobers. I kind of love her as a slime though. Oh my god, I hope we get to see a fight scene with her fighting as a slime. Oh, another just chill, fun episode, though. Nothing crazy going on yet. But I didn't think so with it. Not name like Dungeon Evolved. I assume we're going to be focusing on the dungeon and everything. I can't wait to rewatch this ED. I'm still not 100% sure if this is supposed to be sand. I think it is because it's like an hourglass, I think. Um, so I wonder if it has to do with time in some way. Because I don't think we know this chick's like abilities at all either. And I think she's a human. I didn't originally have that impression, but I think at the end of last episode, they mentioned something about keeping it in like humans. But yeah, this entire ending sequence is just incredible. I love the visuals for it. And if this is our main villain for this season, this is an awesome ending. I don't know if it's gonna be her or Yuki. I assume maybe now Yuki's going to be a little bit more antagonist, but I think he's honestly kind of building up to possibly be the final antagonist, or at least his group is going to be the final antagonist of the series, but I'm not entirely sure. And I don't know how like far the source material for this goes. Did not have all of their strength? Oh, that could be a fun little episode or two if we're Avatar team. I assume that's that group, but that would be a fun party to see like take on or like fight in the dungeon or train together because that is quite the collection of characters. And all such like top tiers in the verse, so getting them in like a weaker body could possibly be really fun. And maybe that's we get like them versus Green Fury, and that's what we're building up to. Because I don't know if maybe the dungeon stuff is like a mini arc, and then we're moving on to something bigger. Because I could have sworn at some point I saw people talking about how like this season's going to be crazy, but I think we're set up for like a lot of episodes, so it could just be later on that we're getting something a little bit more crazy. But like I swear, like I've heard some people say this is potentially like the best season of Slime, which a season one is always going to be a soft spot for me. I think just because of how many times I've watched it, and like I just absolutely love these characters, and Rimuru is probably my favorite isekai protagonist. He's really fun. But yeah, that was a really great episode. I almost want to see because I got told that in some OVAs, I don't know, maybe season two. It might be this episode. There was a tease of the characters that are getting introduced. Is it this? A Violet. Is this the character? I actually don't even remember this. Oh, maybe this one? Interesting. Which seed will sprout now? Okay. I think this is the OVA they were talking about, so it's one of those characters, probably. Fascinating. Um, but yeah, this episode, another just more chill one, but was really enjoyable. Um, I hope we get to see them in these forms for quite a little bit. It is kind of like more of I wouldn't say like filler type content, but nothing like insanely important. It could end up being tied into like the main plot a bunch. But I have always loved that this series can flick between kind of like more slice of life stuff while still dealing with like the bigger politics of the world, um, and setting up like conflicts in the background and whatnot. So I don't mind episodes like this, and I honestly wouldn't mind getting to see more of them in these forms. I want to know exactly if you guys know, if it's not a spoiler, what kind of creature Rimmer is, what kind of monster that is. Because he looks like a fiery slime. So I don't know if he's like a spirit of some sort. Um, but I love her and her red slime. And I love how it gives her a Helge, I think is that what it's pronounced, the little like strand of hair that goes up. I love that her slime gets it as well when she's inside of it. And then Veldora being a skeleton, I feel like just fits his character super well. And then the golem for Ramirez. That isn't even close to her name. I mean, it has an R, but um, isn't that from Batman? Ramirez? I think that's one of the detectives. I just be saying some random shit sometimes. Uh, yeah, I still we haven't seen all of the openings, and I have two shows that haven't started yet in this season. But that ending is potentially one of the best ones I've seen in a while. And there's been some fire openings and endings recently in anime. Um, I don't like the song doesn't absolutely blow me away, but the visuals combined with the song just work so well. Um, and I'm excited to learn more. And I wonder the mixture of blood and I think it's sand, like representing time, is very fascinating. Um, yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how all of this plays out. I don't want to yap to too much longer in this episode since it was kind of nothing super like um important for the future, I don't think. Well, not entirely true, but I think you know what I mean, where it's not like anything no big like plot reveals or anything in this episode. I'm sure a lot of these concepts and the stuff of the dungeon will play out more in this season, but I feel like nothing I really need to like double go over. Um, but yeah, as I said in episode one, though, these characters are so much fun that like honestly, all we did was not honestly that much in this episode. It was just focusing on the dungeon and building it up, but getting to see these characters interact together, especially that bit at the end. And I'm excited to see if that is what we're doing in next episode. Is going to be these guys working together and training up their like weaker new bodies. Because I feel like that could also potentially give them a very new outlook on combat in general, but also just like another view into another monster's life, especially if like I don't know if it's just they're not used to those bodies or they just don't have access to all of their like current powers. I think that would be more interesting, and we got to see them kind of because all of these characters have always been OP since we introduced them. Even Rimuru, like by the time we were out of Valdora's dungeon, he was like an absolute monster. So getting to see them kind of bring back to like a weaker level, which I feel like something was kind of focused on this episode where we saw that like the baseline level for an adventure isn't that high, and the other team, other than like our hero, that's making progress in the dungeon is almost like cheesing it like a video game, and using the systems of the dungeon to help progress farther through it rather than just like pure strength, which is a really interesting concept. There was a couple things, like also Rimmer asking if I forget who he said it to, but like, are they just trolling? Oh, it was Hinata, or yeah, he said it was just trolling or something. I loved how self-aware it was that it was like breaching onto like the video game elements. I feel like it was on purpose, which I really like. And I'm excited to know if this Green Fury team is gonna work into like the bigger picture of the story or if it's just for the dungeon. Because I don't think they've been mentioned at all, but it seemed, yeah, I'm just interested to know if they're like maybe working because they did say they were working for that one country. So they could maybe be getting intel about the dungeon, just trying to actually progress through the dungeon. Will maybe end up on our side because that does happen a lot in this series where someone I originally think might be an enemy ends up being our friend or working with us on our team. I feel like that's a very common thing in this series, so I'll be intrigued to see what happens next episode. And yeah, if you're any manga readers or source materials, I think the series is still ongoing, but I would love to know how many unadapted novels there are and like how many seasons worth of content we still have before we get caught up. Because we're already on like episode 74 of the series. We're pretty far in. Like this is um very interesting. Like I never would have expected 70 plus episodes of this show. Probably nearing 100 if you include Slime Diaries and the OVAs and stuff. I never would have expected that when I watched season 1 because there was a lot of shows similar to Slime where they never would get like a season 2 or anything like that. And I think it was a big gap of time in between season 1 and season 2 happening for this series. But I'm glad it seems like it's getting a full adaptation, and they even love doing side content, movies, and things like that, which is just really awesome for a series like this. But I will catch you guys all later, and I will see you next week. Peace.